Paulina holds all the cards as Lexie's resurrection sparks a Dimera showdown. Plus, Gabi's new romance and Leo's impossible choice. Salem, the peaceful facade of Salem has been shattered. As the week of March 9th unfolds, the stakes have never been higher. Secrets long buried in the Dimera crypt have clawed their way back to the surface, threatening to destroy the lives of everyone in their path. In an explosive chain of events, Paulina Price Carver finds herself in a high-stakes confrontation with E.J. Dimera over the shocking return of Lexie Carver. While across town, Gabi Hernandez finds unexpected solace in the arms of Theo Carver, and Leo Stark is faced with a temptation that could cost him his one shot at true love. A mother's fury, Paulina versus E.J. The moment of truth has finally arrived. After months of speculation and secretive glances at a mysterious cryo chamber, E.J. Dimera has shown his hand. The pod person that E.J. and Dr. Rolfe have been nurturing is none other than Lexie Carver, the beloved late wife of Abe Carver and the mother of Theo. But for E.J., this isn't a gift of life. It's a weapon. In a scene dripping with tension, E.J. revealed the truth to Paulina this week. But the revelation was far from a kindness. Instead, it was the opening salvo in a psychological war. E.J., ever the manipulative Dimera, has presented Paulina with a devil's bargain. Back off from opposing his schemes, or he will personally ensure that Abe and Theo know that Paulina knew Lexie was coming back and did nothing to stop it. Sources close to the set describe Paulina's reaction as volcanic. Honey, if you're not watching Days of Our Lives, you're missing some major drama. Jackie Harry, Paulina, teased on social media, perfectly capturing the tempest brewing in Salem. Paulina is trapped in a nightmare of E.J.'s making. If she allows the resurrection to proceed quietly, she risks losing Abe, the love of her life, to a ghost made flesh. If she fights E.J. and the project fails, she will be branded the villain who kept Lexie from her family forever. This isn't just blackmail, it's emotional warfare, and E.J. is counting on Paulina's silence to ensure his victory. But Paulina is not one to go down without a fight. Spoilers indicate she will vent her fury to her daughter, Chanel, but will that be enough to fortify her resolve? Meanwhile, E.J. continues to play puppet master, even as his own plans begin to show cracks. He is simultaneously plotting with Abe to keep Theo away from the Dimera CEO position, a scheme that will be rendered instantly obsolete if Lexie, the true heir to the Dimera legacy alongside her brothers, returns and takes her rightful place. The question on everyone's mind is simple. What happens when the pod opens? Dr. Rolfe's resurrection serum has a notorious history of side effects, namely amnesia. The woman who emerges may have no memory of the life she left behind, leaving Abe and Theo to mourn her all over again, even as she stands before them. Will she remember her son? Will she remember the love she shared with Abe? Or will she be a blank slate, a tool for the Dimeras to wield once more? Nikki Crawford has stepped into the iconic role, and while her tenure is reportedly limited to 5 months, the chaos she will unleash in that time promises to be legendary. A new alliance, Gabi and Theo's budding romance. As the Carver family braces for an earthquake, a different kind of tremor is shaking up the lives of Gabi Hernandez and Theo Carver. Following the inevitable collapse of Gabi's romance with Philip Kyriakis, a doom sealed by Gabi's role in sabotaging the Titan-Dimera merger, Theo has emerged as her unexpected knight in shining armor. The seeds of this attraction were planted weeks ago in a telling dream sequence where Theo imagined telling Gabi she was beautiful and leaning in for a kiss. Now, that fantasy is hurtling toward reality. With Philip out of the picture and Gabi in desperate need of a confidant, Theo is perfectly positioned to catch her as she falls. Spoilers for the week of March 9th confirm that Gabi and Theo are indeed growing closer, sharing an intimacy that feels natural and right. But in Salem, nothing is ever simple. Theo is keeping a dangerous secret. He knows the full extent of Gabi's betrayal of Philip, and his lips are sealed. If Philip ever discovers that Theo knew the truth while comforting Gabi, the fallout could be catastrophic. Furthermore, lurking in the shadows is a potential love triangle of the most awkward kind, Ariana Horton. Ari has made no secret of her crush on Theo, and if she catches wind of her mother's new romance, the mother-daughter dynamic could turn toxic overnight. For now, however, Theo is focused on being the steady presence Gabi needs, proving that perhaps a carver is exactly what Gabi needs to heal. The Devil's Bargain, Leo's tough offer. Across the Salem universe, Leo Stark is facing a dilemma that cuts to the very core of his being. Fresh off the success of completing a plan with Dmitri von Leuschner, Leo is suddenly presented with a fork in the road. On one hand, he has been making genuine progress with Javi Hernandez, building the foundations of what could be a stable, loving relationship. Javi represents a future free from chaos and scheming, a concept that is both terrifying and alluring to the famously flamboyant Leo. On the other hand, a tough offer is on the table, and all signs point to it involving Dmitri. Having just helped Dmitri with a scheme, Leo is now reportedly being given the chance to help prove Dmitri's innocence in another matter. This would mean throwing his lot in with his former partner in crime, diving headfirst back into the world of danger and duplicity that defines the von Leuschner/Dmitri orbit. It's the ultimate test of character. Will Leo choose the quiet comfort of Javi's arms, or will the siren song of drama and loyalty to Dmitri prove too strong to resist? The choice he makes this week will define his future in Salem. With Lexie's return imminent, new romances blooming, and old loyalties being tested, Salem is a powder keg waiting to explode. EJ may think he holds all the cards, but he's about to learn that when you play with the dead, you risk losing control of the living.